Welcome to another video. Call forth your inner Brazilian stripper and let's see what the game offers on the weapon department for a job without much focus on weapons, as dancing in style is your armament, together with your chakrams. Starting off this dance battle of glaives with the Ronkan Tathlums. For the simplicity alone, I like how the edges are spiraled in symmetry, but the very little glowing parts inside of the edge look refreshing and cool nonetheless. Something a true dancer of ancient times might acknowledge and find interesting. Especially combined with the whole Ronkan set of aiming, this looks like a military soldier from past eras, which looks dope. Just leave the level 75 Shadowbringers dungeon a visit and you should call this your own very quickly. On the next spot we can find a classic among weapons, and it works for many other jobs as well, so I highly advise you to take a trip with your trust party or normal people into the first Endwalker dungeon, to grind down the awesome Monstrorum Walk Voids. A classic form and shape mixed with awesome glow effects on the outer edges of the blades, which are just amazing. And as dancer weapons still aren't available in masses due to the job being released only one expansion ago, I highly appreciate that we already have dungeon weapons that look as awesome as this one does. Rank 8 then takes us into a whole different category, because these nearly range into the monk territory and could be seen as a true claw weapon. However, it works very nicely for a Vega glam or anything that want to derive from the common dancer look, more into a fierce claw fighter that doesn't only support its party, but contributes with fearsome hits as well. And how do you get this? Simply by reaching level 89 as dancer and having unlocked a certain progress in the main scenario quest for the job gear and weapons. Following into our first real glower, we got the Zelotopia at hand, which can be received in a normal and mild glowing version from the connected extreme trial found in Shadowbringers or by shopping on the market board for the augmented version. I personally do prefer the normal one, as it offers just enough shine to stand out against other weapons, and admittedly I have used this for nearly all my Shadowbringers dancer content, because there was simply no competitor available at that time. At least until the following weapon got released, which brings us to rank number 6, the Exarchic Glaives, that were featured in patch 5.4 as the new crafted gear, which actually came as a glamour surprise because the spiky design combined with a mild white emanation around the edge is simply genius. But beyond that, the spikes around the very symmetrical inner circle are actually crystals, and I absolutely love the contrast this produces. The brown goldish metal frame mixed with Hydalen's powers creates a symphony of edginess within a flourishing dance into salvation. Just leave your market board a visit or a friendly crafter, and these are yours already. The kinda same can be said about the next one, just that it is decently more expensive. However, the Rubberlux chakrams, or the whole weapon collection, really caught me off guard, as I haven't expected such a premium design for a simple glowing reskin being added to the game subsequently. Yet all the design elements here go hand in hand and the color mix is just amazing, paired up with the laser eye glow on the orb. Simplicity is overrated sometimes, but it is good that while being playfully colored, these don't go overboard with all the particle effects. A real recommendation for anyone with interest to attract the eyes of other players. The next kicks off a series of amazing designs that really started the dancer's glamour journey in Shadowbringers, and while being a mid-part relic weapon, the augmented Law's Order chakrams are just blazingly effective and give a bit of an extra wow effect compared to the previous choice. The base design is a bit flat to be honest, but the pink flames make up for that by a long shot. I guess one of the coolest glows you might ever face. Just check out my Shadowbringers relic guide or the one found on Act Morning to learn more about how to get these weapons. And before coming to the next relic, which should be no surprise for dancer players, I want to add a very personal choice here, namely those nasty little chakrams of light, which are heavily underrated weapons in general. It takes all the good things of the Exarchic Glaive, but makes everything much more rounded and clean. Also, the yellow glow is kinda unique and not found very often on glowing weapons. It's subtle, it's simple, but very effective. So defeat the respective Shadowbringers extreme trial with 2 or 3 or even more friends and grind down some totems or the weapon itself if you're lucky with it. Alright, according to one or the other viewer, you guys don't like ultimate weapons being featured on these lists, so let's make a compromise on this one. For those that will never try out ultimate content with a chance on this beauty of a weapon, my rank 2 goes also to the Blade Euphoria, sharing the second spot with the ultimate Omega chakrams, which I also like a lot. However, the Blade Euphoria is so clean yet so beautiful that it definitely matches the shape-shifting power of the Omega weapon. Not only that those top-end crystals line out some additional energy waves, but the crystals surrounding the very contrastful and stylish foundation make this a damn epic design. one that is really tough to beat and only gets beaten by the effort you need to spend to get there. And like I said, stick to the Arc Morning guide or my own video, but of course I'm planning to repeat the whole Shadowbringers relic very soon, so stick around for that. The only thing the ultimate Omega Chakrams and Blade Euphoria have in common are that the Inchufla or Inchufla recollection beats them both in my opinion. This is just the incarnation of a dancer weapon, being the classical chakram mixed together with weaving elements and built-in accessories to show that you are a dancer first and foremost, that destroys its enemies with grace and elegancy, rather than brute forcing your way into your enemy's heart. Sometimes melting your opponent with endless temptation is the strongest weapon you have, and one that the Inchufla recollection is radiating heavily. Yes, the glow is also worth worshipping, as it kinda evolves and faints very gently, amplifying the effect of subtle seduction. Above that, this is one of the easiest to get and among the easiest relic weapons in general, as it requires the first 2 stages of the Shadowbringers relic questline, which is really not a big deal and can be completed in about 2 or 3 hours. So definitely a worthy winner, but you're absolutely invited to disagree. As honorable mentions, there is the ultimate Twashtar or Warquoits of the Heavens from the other 2 ultimates, where I prefer the Alexander one by far. The Killer Glaze for a possible dark and evil vampire dancer, received from the Palace of the Dead content, the Barathrum with a very unique blade design as well, received from the market board, then the Warquoits of the Round for a toned down Ultimate of the Heavens market board version, which I actually prefer, or the Fakron's Tethlims, also market board but very playful, where the effects are cool but overlap a bit too much for my personal taste. And what about the Abyssos dancer weapon? I don't know, it feels like it's missing something and is far worse than the other Savage weapons, which is a bit of a bummer. But still, I believe we have a lot of choices here, so it's for you to decide. And that's it for the dancer. Let me know your personal rankings and favorites in the comment section, and until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep loving Final Fantasy.